Technology reviews, they are literally everywhere. They're in magazines, they're in newspapers, they're on websites, they're on blogs, they're on YouTube, they're on the news at 5 o'clock. But really, who the hell cares about the news at 5 o'clock anymore? I sure as heck don't. Welcome into the Pulse on Technology, everyone. I am Tyler Pyburn, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. And those are, well, some of those technology reviews. They're all over the place, and really some of them catch your eyes, some of them don't. Actually, to be honest with you, most of them really don't. You say, okay, here's a new device and here's a new crap review. However, there is one person in particular that seems to be putting a new spin on exactly, well, how people should really be looking at some of this technology. Her name is Jahnna Randall. She's an actress out in Hollywood, basically. Yeah, that's right. We got someone from Hollywood on this show. That's awesome. So we got to welcome her into the show right now to talk a little bit more about some of her reviews, talk about the approach, and of course, talk about her little sidekick that you see over her shoulder right there. So Jahnna, welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So for the folks out there who are unaware, just get it out of the way. Who do you got sitting next to you?
Oh, this is the talent. His name is Gizmo.
See, perfect name for a technology review. Gizmo. It's just, I used to love the movie back in the day. Just don't put any water on them because they'll go crazy. That's the big thing to remember, okay, right? I know how it goes. So let's talk about some of your reviews. Now, you're an actress by trade. Tell me, how did you get into, the technology review side? Because this is kind of crazy. I mean, no offense, you don't necessarily see every day a pretty good-looking girl just doing technology reviews for, well, the hell of it, really.
Thanks. But actually what happened was when I moved out here to California, I got tired of waiting around to do auditions. And so I figured, I'm like, why wait? I should create my own stuff. And the only way to create is to learn behind the scenes. So I had a video camera when I was a kid, like back in the day when it had like tape and and so I always loved technology, but I never really pursued it because we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so we couldn't buy the newest and greatest stuff. And so now that I'm in LA and still don't really have any money. But
I was going to say, if you're in LA, you either do have a ton of money or you've got nothing. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
It's true. It's one or the other, and I'm definitely more on the broke side. But I spend all my money literally on this little guy and technology. So I don't know. There's something about technology that I absolutely love, and it fascinates me.
Okay, very cool. Now you've done, several different reviews. Some have gotten more publicity than others, and it's interesting to see because you can pretty much tell which ones are going to get, a lot more views than others. Anytime you throw the word Apple into it, I'm pretty sure people start to watch a little bit more. Talk about some of the success that you've had. Has it been surprising for you or what?
So my biggest one would be the Apple MacBook Pro Retina display. And I knew that one was going to be probably my most popular one on my page, which it is. But I didn't think that it was going to be as popular as quickly because I've had it up for I think about 3 months now, and it's just about 30,000 views. And that was like my goal for like a year to have that up. And so I'm hoping that I'll get more views with it. And then I'm going to do a review on the iPhone 5. So that should be out in a couple of weeks.
I'm sure people will probably enjoy that as well. Now, one of the things I really want to talk to you and ask you about is kind of your approach, because your approach is much different than what you see on some of the big name blogs that are out there. A lot of people out there really will kind of just say, okay, well, here are some of the specs, here are some of the great things, and here's some of the things I love about it, which for, the lay person like me, don't understand it, doesn't make sense at all. Your approach is a little bit different. I mean, you truly, using the MacBook Pro as the example, one of the things, or MacBook Air that I thought was interesting, you basically put the two side by side and just match them up and say, all right, let's boot them up together. Let's see how this one loads that. Kind of give me your thought process behind, how you actually break everything down.
Okay, so that's pretty much how I've actually started learning my technology, is going onto YouTube or the internet and watching other people's videos. I was not enjoying a lot of them because they are like that monotone where they just kind of break down the specs and they just talk about it, but they don't show you. And I'm an actress and writer, so like I'm like a filmmaker, so it's like I'm all about visual. And I thought it would be more interesting. So I figured, if I'm going to do a MacBook review, I'm going to put them completely side by side. Whatever I'm talking about, I'm going to show you so you don't think I'm either pulling your leg or you can figure out what one will be better for you. Because the older generation MacBook Pro is still a great computer, but also the Retina is awesome. I love it. That's what I use. But I wanted to compare both of them, and then whoever is watching it, they can figure out for themselves what computer would be best for whatever they work on.
So talk to me about that a little bit more. What kind of feedback have you received? Obviously, we know the number of views, which is great, and everybody loves view numbers. But one of the other things that I've also kind of found pretty interesting is you've gotten an awful lot of engagement on some of these videos as well. People, whether they absolutely hate you or they absolutely love you, one way or the other. It's the internet. That's just the way it works. Trust me, I know more than anybody. I've been called a couple four-letter words.
Right.
Just go ahead, search our. Yeah, oh, definitely. But let me ask you that. Talk about the feedback that you've actually received so far.
Surprisingly, I've gotten better feedback, like more nicer feedback than the mean, nasty four-letter words that you get.
Well, that's because you look like you and I look like me, but we'll set that apart, all right?
Well, that's not true. The only bad feedback that I get is I get either where people are like, well, if you just put an SSD in the old MacBook Pro, then it'll be as good as the Retina. It's like, okay, I understand that, but I'm comparing the two computers as is with the same price. If you add SSD into the old one, you're just going to make it more money, which is, to me, I don't understand that. I would, since I don't have a lot of money, I would pick something that was cheaper. So that I get a lot of people complaining about. I did get one bad comment where this guy writes on the comment, he goes, "You are the stupidest person I have ever met in the world." And me, I don't do confrontation. Like, if somebody says something rude to me, I'm like, whatever, I don't care. And I wrote back, like, yeah, you're right. I am pretty stupid. I have my own production company. I film myself. I talk about all this technology stuff. And I make a little bit of money at it. Yeah, I think you're right. I am pretty stupid.
Fight fire with fire, my friend. You can just go ahead and drop, S and F bombs all day at the guy if you really want. No, okay, do not do that. People don't respond well to it. Like I said before, I know for experience. So talk about where you actually hope this actually goes. I mean, are you hoping that it's something that continues? Are you thinking that, well, maybe this will just hopefully maybe get me a few gigs, hopefully maybe it makes me some money? Talk about that process a little bit, because I'm sure in the beginning, you like you said before, well, I'm just going to make some of my own content, create my own videos, and maybe people see it, I'm sure, and maybe someone hires me to star alongside Ben Affleck. I don't know, I'm a Boston guy, so I got to bring those out. But anyways, I mean, with that in mind, are you still kind of considering that? Or is this, now that you've seen the success, you're continuing to move forward with creating other videos, which you had mentioned the new iPhone 5. Is that what you're trying to do now? Is it kind of opened your eyes a little bit, or what?
Well, I don't want to focus just on the technology videos, but I love doing them. So I would like to create one or two every month. Probably one a month. Just because it gets expensive, or asking my friends if I can borrow their equipment to do a review on. But like I said, I do really enjoy it. But my main focus is doing the acting and the filmmaking. But what I learn on set, I want to be able to create these little videos and show other people around the world what else, what I've learned, and maybe they can pick up on some of the traits and create what they want to create with it.
Very cool. I totally dig that idea. Awesome. Jen, honestly, I got to say thank you so much for taking time out of the day. Really appreciate it. I know you got to go do your next review because it's that month time, and you said that, yeah, you're going to do one a month. I just heard you say it. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But honestly, thank you so much for taking time out of the day. For the folks out there want to learn more about the tech reviews as well as learn more about Jahnna Randall, where do you want them to go right now?
I guess the website I would, besides YouTube, my YouTube page, would be my whywaitproductions.com.
Awesome.
That would be my website to my film company, and that has pretty much, well, actually all my videos, all my YouTube videos are on there as well, and then all of the projects that I'll be creating in the future. Woohoo!
I dig it. Jen, honestly, thank you so much. We'll definitely have to catch up soon. And Gizmo, good talking with you, brother.
He finally woke up.
He was tired. He just wanted to hang out. He said, get that kid from Boston up. He's more of a Yankee guy, but oh well, what are you going to do? So for Jahnna Randall, I am Tyler Pyburn. Great stuff indeed on this In the Fields. We'll see you next time right here on The Pulse on Technology.